Hello, everyone. Welcome to the new episode of Grounded in Groundshot podcast. This is a very special episode in which I want to introduce you to many of the people in our lab and people behind this podcast. And today is a very special occasion. We are celebrating a lot of things. First, let me introduce you to Claire. You know her as the first guest of, or the host of episode 1 of Grounded in Groundshot podcast. And that also happens to be the most watched episode. So we are hoping that she will beat that record by making a cameo this time again. So this is Claire. You know about her, but if you remember in episode 1 when I talked about her, I said that she is planning to go to medical school. So one of the occasions we are celebrating is she is going to medical school. Congratulations, Claire.
Thank you.
She made it.
Yeah.
And this guy here, he lives 3 hours away from Madrid. His name is Javier-David Benitez-Fuentes.
Yes.
Yeah. All 4 names belong to the same person. And he is our, if you have been following us, you know that he is one of our virtual fellows in the Cancer Groundshot Virtual Fellowship Program from Spain. And he is visiting us in person, obviously, because he's here. So we are welcoming him. That's the other occasion that we are celebrating. And this guy here, his name is Brian Shkabari. He is one of my first students of the glyph-488 course that I teach at Queen's. In fact, yeah, the audience should know. He's from my first batch, she's from my second batch, and she's from my third batch. And there is nobody here from the 4th batch. So Brian, he is also he is the first employee who I ever hired and paid a salary. But today we are also celebrating one big milestone for him, and that is he became the first author of a research paper in JAMA, the mother JAMA. And it's a remarkable achievement for anyone, but for someone who is an undergrad, it's, I don't know what can be better than that. So we are celebrating his first author publication. He's beginning from JAMA. Let's see where he goes from this. So that's Brian. And his other introduction, I forgot. He is the person behind this podcast, as in the technical person. He is the one who is cleaning up the videos, who is making me sound better than I actually do, who is making, who is arranging for releasing it in Apple, in Spotify, things that I don't even know how to operate. He is the tech guy. I'm the tech Luddite. And Nicole here, we are celebrating her second author publication. She is the second author in the same JAMA paper. It's called Cancer Medicine Approvals in the US. And Nicole was my student in the second year of the course. And she's now doing her master's. She's about to graduate. And she is our stats girl for the lab. And we are celebrating her first JAMA paper. It's the first JAMA paper for everyone except for this guy.
Except
Sorry.
For me. Yeah.
You got the next one.
Yeah. And we are celebrating all these milestones. Okay, let's start from Nicole. Congratulations on
Thank you.
your first JAMA publication as a second author.
It's my first publication, actually.
Oh,
Whoa.
first publication ever.
Oh
my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's even bigger occasion.
Yes.
Wow.
This is a great start.
I know.
So that means even if you try, you are never going to forget me.
No,
Okay, wonderful.
not even if I tried really hard.
Oh, and by the way, this is the first time we are all wearing the same suit. We didn't plan it, but it just so happened. Nicole, so how did it feel to see your name in JAMA publication?
It's surreal. It was crazy. I was refreshing just my Safari every 5 seconds to see when it came out, and immediately when it did, I went to my office and I printed 10 copies and I told everyone about it. So.
Yeah, you know what? I feel so happy that I get to relive these experiences through you guys, because I used to do that, and after a certain point, after many publications, that dopamine hit became less and less. And I stopped enjoying it, but now I get to enjoy these milestones again through your lives, and I feel really happy about it. This is what gives me pleasure. You are hopefully about to graduate from masters
Fingers crossed.
very soon.
Yes.
But you will always be a part of the BG Lab family. Once a BG Lab family, always a BG Lab family. We wish you all the very best for everything that you are planning to do. Let's tell the audience, what are you most excited about in regards to the BG Lab projects that are ongoing, and what are you looking forward to?
I think one of the things that I was thinking about lately, I was actually talking to my manager at work today, and she was like, "Oh, how long have you been working on this for?" And I come to think of it, I was like, we've been working on this database for what, like almost 2 years now?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Something like that. And so it seems like we've just been kind of working, and now it's really exciting to see like all of this paper obviously to come out and the ones to come, and I think it's just exciting to see all of that kind of come to fruition. So
And we are in the podcast does not mean you should necessarily say good things about us. You can also say bad things about us. I think you guys know that I give you absolute freedom all the time, right? That has been my philosophy. But what is one thing that makes you feel happy about being a part of this family?
first of all, the shirts.
Okay, that's a good answer. Yeah.
No, I think a more diplomatic answer, I suppose, but also true is that like you said, it's not just the BG Lab, but it's the BG family. Like it truly like feels that way, and I don't want to speak for everyone else, but I'm sure they all feel that way too. I think you hear about kind of people being in research groups and it feels more like a job, but this really does feel also like a friendship, and I think that's what makes it so great.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you. Brian, dude. Yeah, I call dude because The Big Lebowski is my favorite movie, and he knows that. About this JAMA paper, this is, I need to tell that this is just a beginning. There are going to be a series of other papers coming out, but this all had tremendous amount of work behind it in terms of collecting data over 20 years of approval, and then making sure that each data point is accurate, cross-linking that data to Health Canada approval data and Canada Drug Agency data, and through Javi, you call it EMA, I call it EMA, the European medicines.
The European thing.
The European thing. It's a lot of work. As I told the audience, he is the first employee that I ever hired and I ever paid. And that was one of the best decisions I ever made. So he has been a part of my own journey almost since the very beginning. The amount of work that he has put into it's really admirable. And the amount of research he has done and upcoming research papers, which the audience will see when it gets published, I think he easily deserves a master's and a PhD degree, the amount of work that he has put in. And if any of my audience has the responsibility of selecting candidates for MD, he's applying for medical school next year in Canada. If you see this name, Brian Shkabari, he's an amazing guy. He is the first author of a JAMA paper. The thing is, some of the people who will be interviewing you may not even have a JAMA publication themselves. They could get jealous. He's an amazing guy. You should use, it would be a loss to the medical fraternity in Canada if we did not get him to med school. If it was in my hands, I would take him tomorrow.
You're too kind.
So Brian, Nicole said a lot of good things about us, but you are free to say some bad things about us because you have been with me the longest among all of us. Feel free to say how bad of a boss I am, how I make you work hard.
Where do I start? We've been working for a long time now. It's nice to see, especially Nicole was saying this earlier, the fruits of our labor, right? We've been working on this database for a long time, and it's nice to see it actually reach manuscript form. And there'll be a lot of manuscripts to come as well, so a lot of work to look forward to down the line, right?
Yeah. And not just the database project. Brian has played a pivotal role in everything. He is also my teaching assistant, and he also helps with other parts of research. He helps the lab grow in a sense.
Yeah, I think I have Brian to thank for kind of also being recruited and.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like the head among my undergrad research team.
He's the screening process.
Yes.
Yeah.
A jack of all trades, some would say.
Yeah.
Brian, first tell me, this is not your first publication, I know, because you have published a number of papers with me before.
Yeah.
But this is your first JAMA paper. This is my first JAMA paper too. So we hit the same milestone at the same time.
Congratulations, sir.
Brian, how did it feel?
Yeah, definitely very exciting. I think it's the first emotion that I had for sure. The morning of, as Nicole said, also very, very strenuous, very pressing refresh until it actually happened. I had to ask Claire, I'm like, 20 minutes before the paper was coming out, I'm like, let's just get coffee so we don't have to think about this. So by the time we ordered our coffees, got back to the office, it was out. All of the nerves were gone, but it was super exciting. It's nice to see something like that come to fruition, right? And it's nice to share that experience with you guys as well. Have you guys all here for that?
By the way, he's also the one who designed this T-shirt. So if it does not look good, blame on him. But I also want to take this opportunity to show the audience that how knowledgeable and smart he is about this content matter, where even most oncologists are not very well aware of. So I'm going to ask you some technical questions, as in, share some of the main findings of this study, and what do you think the implications are?
A lot of these projects have been done in the past, looking at kind of the regulatory landscape of the FDA. Ours definitely looking at a very much larger scale, doing that 20-year look. But I think the first thing that kind of shocked me was how much information was actually available on this. Obviously, you have 20 years of stuff, so it's a lot of approvals, it's a lot of things to look at, but also a lot of missing variables, and trying to put those pieces together was definitely a very big challenge. But we put those together and we were able to tell a pretty compelling story in as much words as a research letter can. This is why multiple papers may be coming. But yeah, so are there certain things that we want to talk about first? Do we want to talk about, the use of endpoints? Do we want to talk about trial design? We could pick one and go from there.
Yeah, but okay, let me ask you this. What was the most surprising finding for you? Because you have taken my class, and you have TA'd in my classes later on. So I keep talking about these things in my course, right? So many things may not come as a surprise to you, as in if the finding that overall survival is not the most common endpoint probably is not a surprise. The finding that we are relying on surrogate endpoints is probably not a surprise. So, but what is the most important surprise?
Yeah, so on the point of surrogate endpoints, right, 'cause we do a lot of discussions about PFS being the main endpoint that's being used in registration trials to get drugs approved in the US. And in our study, we're actually finding closer to now that response rate is actually becoming a lot more prominent. And we're not just doing PFS, we're moving it all the way past that to response rate. And also not just having it lead to accelerated approval as kind of the plan or what the design technically was for that, is that they're actually receiving full approval. So we have that pass through the accelerated approval system where you kind of have to test out that efficacy in a supplemental trial. That kind of step is kind of gone. So I feel like that was the most kind of compelling to me, looking at the entire data set, is response rate is the new king.
He's my student, because our main take-home message is the same, right? So we have been talking about PFS for a long time, and we have been saying that PFS is the king of oncology trials in terms of the commonest endpoint, but it has these flaws. But it seems like the king has been dethroned. PFS is no longer the king. The king now is response rate, and even a weaker surrogate than PFS. So nowadays we are using these drugs based on not even PFS. And as Brian mentioned, and the approvals based on this endpoint is not accelerated. Accelerated approval exists for a reason, but we are not using it. We are giving full approval based on response rate. So that was mind-blowing for me as well. Before I move on to Javi, let's complete the package by talking to Claire first, our very first episode 1 guest, who took our views to almost 6,000.
Yeah. I'm back to revive it. Yeah.
Claire, first of all, congratulations on going to med school.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. How does it feel?
Surreal, honestly. Sometimes I just I mean, it's something that I've wished for a long time. So it's just like, I can't believe that this is my life and I'm going, and so I'm very excited. And of course very grateful for all the support that I've had with the lab, because I'm sure many people know it's a very stressful journey, so having that support and encouragement is very meaningful.
In the hierarchy of a happiness, wearing this BG Lab t-shirt versus going to med school, which comes higher?
Ooh, You know what? When I got here tonight, it was probably medical school, and then Brian handed me the T-shirt, and like I really just like tunnel vision on the T-shirt. So I think the T-shirt has now dethroned the medical school. Yeah, especially because everyone's wearing it now. So yeah.
So I'll have to tell the audience that Claire has been the backbone of BG Lab. Brian has been busy for a number of reasons for the last couple of years, and I have relied on Claire for a lot of things for the lab. She's like you see the monthly newsletters coming out, you see the updates on the website. This is the person behind all of that, and all of our unsuccessful grants as well. There has been pluses and minuses.
I have to be thrown under the bus for something. It's the grants. Yeah.
No, I take full responsibility because I'm the person who signs off on everything at the end. So Claire, what has been? How long have you worked for me? More than 12 months.
Yeah, I'd say it's a year and a half now.
Yeah. What has been your most memorable experience? It can be bad too, if it isn't.
Well, I was probably, like, I can't piggyback off of Nicole and saying the BG family. I have to be unique. So, I mean, of course, have this job being more of like, you know, we go out for lunches, we have these get-togethers, and I think that's really very fun, but also, you know, I've gotten to know everyone here a lot more, so that also just makes it so much more enjoyable to work with everyone. I think that I've really felt in this position like my confidence increasing a lot because of how like your mentorship and your teaching style is. With I remember the first grant that I wrote, you gave me the idea and you were like, all right, write it, and this is the due date for it, and you sent me like a draft proposal, and I remember being so freaked out about it because I'd never actually written a real grant proposal before, but kind of through that just like fear of, you know, starting and how to write this, I think it's just been a really great learning experience, and that's kind of everything that I've done with the lab, like being able to like rely on you for questions, but also figuring it out on my own and having that flexibility to learn, and it's just been like a huge like confidence boost, and yeah, I feel like I've learned a lot and definitely grown both personally and professionally. You know, hearing your personal monologues as well as your professional monologues, I think have been very beneficial. So yeah, it's been a very meaningful year and a half of my life, and I'm very thankful that I had a gap year.
Now, as I'm listening to you, I have realized like you have become such a great speaker. Yeah, like the audience should know that we have not prepared any of this. This is like none of my episodes are prepared. I feel proud of the fact that we do every episode unprepared because we want to get that real human nature out. And almost all of them are not even edited much for the content, only for clarity. So yeah, we have not prepared any of this. You have become such a great speaker.
Thank you. Truly broke the ice with that first podcast, which he told me I was hosting like the day before. I was like, right, no, and he was like, don't prepare anything. I was like, okay. So I also think that has helped me. Yeah, just kind of go with it.
You think it's a good thing?
I mean, when you first told me about it, I was like, this is horrible. But in hindsight, I do think that learning to go with the flow and just kind of like let go and trust yourself in speaking, that's also something that I've learned. And
you guys have been in my class, and you guys have tiered in my class, all of you. So you'll know that every time I teach, I don't know like what the percentage is, 80-20, 90-10, 75-25. There will be a small cohort of students who are unhappy that I don't give too much directions. I don't give too much directions about the assignments and things like that. But that's the way I live my life as well as run my lab. Like as Claire mentioned, I'm not a micromanager. I hate micromanaging. I want to give broad level directions, and I help when needed. At least but I don't know whether it's the right thing or a wrong thing. But I'm super proud of the fact that at least among this selected cohort, that approach has led to brilliant minds like this who can run away with a proposal, with a paper, with a research idea, all by themselves without before even having a master's degree. So this is a remarkable achievement. So Claire, So you are going to medical school. I hope you come into medical oncology.
Whether I want to or not, seems like that's where I might be going.
But I'm pretty sure that you're going to be a great doctor.
Thank
because,
you.
The thing that I'm proud of, like each of us, as well as other members who are not here today in person, and I think all of them can attest to this. I'm not saying this because I'm in front of the camera. I value a good human more than a good doctor or a good researcher, because I feel like if someone is a good human being, they can easily become a good doctor or whatever they want to be, a good researcher, a good scientist. It's very easy to make a good human being a good doctor and a good researcher, but it's very difficult to make a bad human, or it's very difficult to make someone who is bad but a good researcher into a good human. So I am super proud of the fact that every member in our family is someone that you would absolutely want to become friends with, you want to hang out with, you want to spend time with, even if there is no agenda, even if there is no research or no nothing. So I'm super proud of all of you for what a great human being you are, and therefore I know that you are going to do great no matter what you do in the future. Before I let you go, Claire, you are still involved in a lot of projects, although you are going to medical school very soon. What excites you the most?
I think that the past year, I mean, as we've said, I've been involved in a lot of grant research. So, and I think that since 2026, I've become more involved in more projects, especially like the project that was released recently. So I think that I'm very excited to, I think, just continue developing like that side of my skill. Like I think I've grown a lot in terms of like academic writing and grant research. So like understanding more how to, like all the research processes, and also how you, the next steps with your research in terms of, this is the research we have, but what's the next step from this like recent paper that we've published? Like what are the next steps for that, and implementing it throughout. I'm just like contacting people and implementing this research. So I think that that's something that I'm very excited to continue to be involved with and learn from, because of course I'm going to medical school, and that's something that a lot of things I'll be able to learn and take with me on that process.
I thought she was going to say all the coffees that I have bought for her, but this is a good answer.
No, but I'm buying you lunch soon, so it's gonna pay it back. Yeah, I owe you a lunch.
So now finally let's move to Javi. So Javi is our virtual fellow. He's visiting us in person for the first time, but he has already published a number of papers with us. He's
not the JAMA.
Not in I'm sorry, it was only Nature. And he recently gave a grand rounds talk at our place as well, which was fantastic. Javi, in case of some people might know, and some people might even be upset with us, that we had closed the fellowship application and we had turned down every other application, saying that we are closed for now, we don't have the bandwidth. And Javi also sent an application to become a fellow after it was closed. But in case of Javi, I did make an exception, because he sent me an exceptional letter, and his CV was excellent. And when I talked to him, it felt like he is the example of our philosophy of Cancer Groundshot. He embodies that philosophy in person, and he's the type of people that we do want to mentor, and we do want to, like there is going to be one Javi, that one Javi is going to mentor other 5 Javis, and there will be a clone of several Javis in the world.
Many Javis.
But when he was about to come to join us for in-person this short duration, his family was very suspicious. They were like, who is this guy, Vishal Gewali? What type of name even is that? Are you sure he exists? What's going to happen to you? They were very worried about you.
Yes.
And now that you are here for almost a week, are you worried for yourself?
Yeah, so I wrote a report for my mother, and now she feels better, that she knows what you've done at every step of your life. So now I can sleep at night. Yeah.
No, but you have a young family. I have a young family, and I have traveled in different parts of the world. So I know how much of a sacrifice it is for yourself, as well as for the family who is left behind. That you are away for this duration. So I'm very thankful that you decided to come and join us in person.
I'm very thankful that you accepted me here, so I could get the T-shirt. Yeah. Now that I have it, I can leave now.
So Javi, you have been with us since February, right?
Exactly.
And you have published a couple of papers. A couple of papers are finished, just waiting submission.
Yes, one got accepted today.
One got accepted today. Congratulations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations
And
to you.
you are going to have oral presentations at ESMO. It's quite remarkable. Like, can't believe that it started in February.
Yes, I cannot believe it either. So yeah, one of the reasons I wanted to join you was first because of the jokes you make, and the second one, it was to learn how to keep the momentum all the time for all these kind of things.
But you lied to me when you applied, because in my fellowship application page, it's clearly written that I'm looking for a fellow that I can laugh with and share a drink with. You fulfilled one criteria, but you are not very strong at the other criteria.
Yes.
Yeah. So Javi, it has been like 6 months. Do you regret your decision to send that email to me?
I do.
Please elaborate.
Sure just turned you into a different person.
Yeah. No, I'm very happy. I don't think I could have done all the things like not only publications, but meet people, have good conversations. I couldn't have been into an oncology clinic that looked like a psychotherapy clinic, where I learned how to also speak with the patients in such a human way. So yeah, not only because of the papers, but also because I got to meet all these people and learn other kind of things from you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Javi, what are you looking forward to in terms of the things that you're doing at Busy Lab? What excites you the most, or in terms of the overall philosophy of the Busy? You are a medical oncologist, so I'm asking you different questions than I'm asking my other students. You're a fellow, so you have been in this field. You know the problems in the field. You have been dealing with this. So tell me a couple of things. One, are we in the right track? Are we doing the right thing in this lab? And second, what are your personal aspirations? And third, I guess you can also tell future fellows who wants to be a part of this family what they should be like, and what an ideal Busy Lab fellow is.
So I would like to first to partition the questions
yes.
in 3 or 4. So first one, so what I expect, it's to I don't know, I will just say something that I experienced in my clinic. So I have many patients. Some of them don't come from a very socioeconomically advantaged background, and so I saw that from the clinic perspective, and I didn't know how to help them. And I think with the BG Lab, I'm learning how to take these individual problems and see them with a different perspective, like from a global policy, health policy view, and learning how to measure these problems and how to try to transform this into change that can benefit not only the patients that I've seen, but also similar patients elsewhere. And the next question, that was...
Maybe I also forgot. I think no, the next question was your own personal aspirations, what you want to do in the future in the field of oncology. What do you want to change? What do you want to work on?
So I have different aspirations. So the one of the things I want to do at some point is to be able to first create evidence and then transform evidence into health policy and into law. So that's something I want to see in the next few years, hopefully, at a regional or national level back home. And you are already helping me. We have a couple of submissions to measure some problems back home. I also have some other aspirations. I want to be able to learn from different methodologies. I'm a medical oncologist, so I'm a clinician. Clinicians we are dumb, so we don't know how to do many things from a methodological point of view. So I'm learning how to do new things. So that's a good thing. And I remember the next question. Maybe it was what would I tell future fellows?
PG Lab fellow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think this fellowship could help you how to learn to keep the momentum, to be continuously trying to get better and to improve yourself. Do good things, and also meet good people and learn that oncology is not only medicine but also very long conversations, humane conversations, and psychotherapy conversations as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm running out of questions. You guys can also ask questions among yourselves or ask me if you want. Yeah.
So to the most successful one with views, Claire?
Me? Oh. I was like, successful in what way? Oh, views, yeah.
Javi, I'm sorry that I disappointed you, because when I said we're recording a podcast, you must have imagined that it would be like Dario and Felipe, and you were
yes.
imagining.
Yes, we are not on a bed lying, so it's so sad. Yeah.
A bit more uncomfortable. But they didn't have the shirts.
Oh.
Yeah, they did not.
Yeah.
Anyone wants to add anything, say anything, ask anyone else anything?
So we've been doing research for a while. Obviously, you have been in your research for over a decade now.
I'm that old?
See, when I first met Vishal, he had a lot more hair, and it's slowly becoming less and less.
Yeah.
Still look fantastic though. But we just
what was the word? Drip.
A drip is the word, yeah.
You see, if you hang out with younger people, you get to learn these languages.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, we have to explain it to you later.
It means he dresses very nice.
Yeah.
He puts on a good outfit. But so, kind of in that sense as well, you recently decided to start branding the lab, calling your work BG Lab. What were your motivations for doing that, and what do you think has been kind of the biggest thing to come out of that? The BGest thing, some would say.
I think you were the motivation behind that. You told me to. No, I mean, as you all know, I have been mentoring people informally in many ways, and even across the world I have virtual mentees in different places, but it was never formalized. And when it was never formalized, it sometimes felt like you put in efforts halfway, you give your 50%, 60%, and then it ends there without having some tangible impact in the career of the mentee, and it almost felt like waste of time and energy and resource, in the sense that you're putting in some effort, the mentee is also putting in some effort, but because it's not a formally structure, it's always easy to slack off, right? Like if it's not a formally structure, then it's always easy to, like, life happens to everyone. And so that was one factor. But the other factor, especially with the virtual fellowship, I was having people all over the world, like brilliant minds like Javi, who wanted to do good research but did not have a good mentor at their home institution. And this can be from low-income countries, this can be from even high-income countries. Like, for instance, Spain is not a low-income country, but Javi works at a hospital, not in an academic setting, but he wants to do good research. And it's not always easy for people to find good mentors. We envisioned that if I could provide that mentorship, then it is very good for the mentee's career, but it is also good for me. I also learn from them, and in order to formalize this all, we also need people like Brian, Claire, Nicole, who can help us run these projects. And I think I would say that this all came organically, but in terms of sequence of events, I guess she's not here today. She was with us last year for 6 months. For 6 weeks. Laurent was probably the first formal structured virtual fellow. She's from Antwerp in Belgium. She visited us for 6 weeks last year. She was my virtual fellow for a couple of years, but we tried to give it a structure where they would spend some time in person, like Javi is doing now, like Laurent did last year. I think there are certain things that you actually do learn by being in person, right? Yeah. Certain things that virtual does not completely account for. What do you say, Javi?
So coming here got me the opportunity to have really long conversations and deep conversations that you cannot have over a Zoom call. Mm-hmm. To start with. Also, when I have a doubt, I can go knock to your office and you can help me. So but mainly the long and deep conversations that we've had about many topics, not only medicine, and I think those were the most helpful.
And so after that, I think it was Laurent who told me that she learned a lot of things outside of research in oncology. That was in fact the most helpful for her, that she could use it on every aspect of her life. There is oncology research component that we could somewhat continue virtually. There is some clinical component that was important because she could shadow me in the clinic, and we could discuss about patients and things together. But importantly, life lessons. I'm not saying that I'm a good life guru or life coach, but we learn from each other. I have learned so many things from you. Maybe hopefully you learned a couple of things from me in terms of you have family, I have family, how we deal with family, how we manage time, how we deal with students, how we deal with how we celebrate good things that happen to us, and how when bad things happen, you did not get a grant, you did not get that, this got rejected, how we deal with that, how we celebrate little milestones in life. So all of that thing, I think these are the intangible things that are important with that in-person component, and that's why we included a certain amount of in-person component into the virtual fellowship. But overall, for example, if I had to make Javi an proper in-person fellow, then I don't think he would ever become a fellow, because he can't leave his family for a year, a young family, and come here and stay for a year. So especially for the virtual fellowship, that was the niche that we wanted to cater to. And I think with our lab, the philosophy has always been, as I told you guys earlier as well, that I don't want to micromanage. I want to give, because life is too short to worry about small details, and there are bigger things to worry about. So I give broad level directions, and I guide on a broad level, and the fellows run away with the projects, and they complete the projects, and leads to publications, celebrations. But the goal is that, for instance, let's say Laurent graduated last year, and now she's acting as a mentor for some of our new virtual fellows. Javi will become a mentor for virtual fellows next year, and that's how we'll create a huge clone of
the clone army.
we'll create a clone army. So anyone else, anything?
I guess I'll just say, to build on, I think I agree with everything you've said in terms of one of the reasons why I applied to the lab isn't just because I found everything you taught was interesting, but also your philosophy on life, and kind of not being passive in life, but seeking opportunities and seizing those opportunities. And that's something that I think can get very lost easily in life, especially with university and being so kind of just tunnel vision on academics and stuff, and not branching out. So I think that one of the great things about being a part of BG Lab isn't just the amazing work that we do, but also kind of that philosophy of life, and how that also can be incorporated into the work that you do, so that you kind of have that fulfilling and enjoyable life away from work as well.
Thank you, Claire.
To wrap it up nicely.
Thank you. It seems like we're good.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, audience, for listening to everything that we had to say. And whatever you will be watching this is a product of his technical capabilities. So this is the other philosophy of our lab. We want to do really good work, but we act as a family. I have been telling him that put it on every episode, that put your name in there as the producer of the show, but he never does.
I'll start with this one.
Yeah, okay. So thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Bye.